At what point does the verification become more intrusive than you would want, you know? It's like that thing of like, oh, well, kids shouldn't have access to shorts. And then it's like, okay, cool. So let's add age verification where you need to upload your ID to some website that's been hacked like 5 times in the last 10 years, you know? It is very ironic to me how like the US has been the most protective of copyright laws out of anywhere else in the world. Now, and then they're also the ones to be like, actually, well, now that AI exists and it can make us a bunch of money, what do you mean copyright laws? What do you mean we're potentially infringing on intellectual property? I don't think so. I don't think that applies here. The Darknet Diaries Pirate Bay episode is so good. It is one of my favorite episodes of all time, probably, on that podcast. It's basically the creators of Pirate Bay just constantly getting harassed by copyright laws from the US and them basically being like, well, we don't fucking care. Information should be free to everyone. So we're just going to keep spawning up servers in countries where it doesn't matter. And even if you find us and you arrest us, there are like 5 new servers that will pop up when you take one down. Like that is basically what happened with Pirate Bay. Not to say what they were doing was ethical, but it's so interesting to see the contrast between the response of the US government or like US copyright. I think it literally was US government. It became like a national issue or international problem between Sweden and the US. It's so interesting to see the polarity between that story and then what we're experiencing nowadays with AI. It's so goofy. Meta is arguing that torrenting books en masse for training is fair use. Dude, Meta's evil. Like, for real. They really lost me. They lost the plot when they started trying to create avatars basically as like chatbots to befriend people on Instagram, where they're like, hey, don't worry, you don't need friends. Just talk to this chatbot. That'll be your friend. And they like hired celebrities to do like voice stuff for them. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? This is evil. This is like preying on the most vulnerable people, which are people that lack community. It's so messed up. You can't monetize off of people's loneliness. We are social animals. What an insane thing to do. AI friends and partners, it's so dystopian and it's so evil. It's intentionally creating distance between that person who is already in need of community more than anyone else, who's already feeling isolated. It will then further that divide for them and make them even more vulnerable. It's just so inappropriate. It pisses me off, honestly. I think that ethics in tech have been so overlooked for too long, and it's incredibly frustrating. I feel like there have been so many times over the last decade where I've been like, surely the people that are passing these laws or bills, like to allow these tech companies to get away with this stuff, surely this will be the thing that pushes it over the line of like, oh, actually we need to contain this. You know, like at first I thought it would be like data collection with Facebook. It's like, oh, there's this massive data leak. Okay, well, maybe Facebook shouldn't be collecting so much data on its users. Okay, yeah, sure. Oh, well, this is maybe potentially interfering with elections and like feeding false information to consumers on these platforms. Okay, maybe we should regulate that in some way, shape, or form. No. Instead, let's build chatbots that are now becoming the source of truth for people without addressing any of the bias that we're already dealing with big data. It's so insane. If you haven't read Weapons of Math Destruction is really good. It's all about bias in big data. It gives so many like real world examples of bias in big data because it's kind of one of those things where you're like, okay, well, I don't know how much this really affects me, but it actually really does. And it's very fascinating, basically how they create these little like meshes of who they think you are when they're doing so many different things of like what your insurance cost would be, even like where they're distributing police in different areas across the city and things like that. So it's very, very interesting.